Hello, hello, my beautiful Cancers. All right, so I know what I'm about to do is going to take way more time for all of these videos, but you're worth it. So I want to do it. I think it's worth it. So we're going to go old school. I'm going to do the spread that we used to do, the Celtic spread, right? But I'm also going to add something for the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse and kind of give you some guidance there. So if you used to watch me on your indigo path and then at the beginning of this channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. So my gorgeous ones, let's see what we got. I've already shuffled the cards, gotten into your energy. So let's see what we got. Oh, I forgot to say, welcome, welcome everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Cindy. I am the modern day spiritual advisor. I use multiple modalities, including tarot, astrology, mediumship, life coaching, spiritual advising, all kinds of stuff, hypnotherapy to help you on your path. So let's get started. You're going to be your, ooh, look at you. I'm so proud of you. So this is your first position. This is your now. And to me, now could be now to the next 2 weeks, right? Or at least now to a week. So timelines vary. It kind of depends on your path, the decisions you make, what you're choosing to make. That's sort of a timeline for me. So what's crossing you? This is Spirit's advice. You have the Page of Cups, and we'll go over these all in a minute. What you came from, what got you into this world position was this Queen of Wands. I see some of you are working very, very, very hard, and some of you had some help. Somebody that really got you in that space to do what you wanted to do. Yeah. All right. So for the first couple of weeks, this is your fourth position. Yep. This came up in your other spread of the other video I tried to do, but I wasn't going to do a long spread. So this one's important. This is what's going to be happening in the forefront for the first 2 weeks. And so this is for the last 2 weeks of July and the first 2 weeks of August, right? And so your fifth position is always, I always ask your higher self, what is the one message they want to bring through to help you move forward in your life? And you have the Hermit. So I know some of you are feeling a lot of pressure. Some of you are feeling a lot of back and forth. Like, what do I do? What do I do? I don't want to make the same mistakes I made before. I'm kind of seeing the repeated stuff. And I'll tell you what your higher self is saying. So the latter 2 weeks, ooh, you got the Two of Cups. Good for you. So I hope you watch my astrology video. That's going to be connected to this video. This is the second part of the tarot part of the astrology, because this has to do with these things that are going on, okay? And these eclipses. All right, so this is your fear. I see. I see. All right, and then in your eighth position, this is how a loved one will be viewing you or dealing with you, or this is the universe letting you know. That is a great card, and you got your second house lit up, which is your finances. So you guys got a lot of good things coming with your security, with your value, with your finances. And some of you, if that is not your main focus, if your main focus is love and relationships and how to deal with that, that's coming too. So in your ninth position, this is your hopes and dreams, but to me, this is the outer realm of the energy that you're bringing into your life. You have the Ten of Cups. You are almost there, my darlings. You are almost there. It is time, almost time for some rest. Almost time for some rest. You're going to get there. Now, in your 10th position, this is the overall theme of what you'll be working through in the month, at the end of the month of July and into August. And so this card goes like it's added to all of them, okay? It can be added in the situations, all right? But this is your main theme. So you have the Ace of Wands. You do have new beginnings. So let me say this, because we have a whole bunch of retrogrades going on. You don't want to start something new, but that doesn't mean that if you get an offer, somebody comes to you, this is something you've thought about, this is something you'd worked on, and then it just sort of comes through. That doesn't mean don't start it now. That means that this is not a new beginning for you because you'd already worked on it. Or it's on your path and it's supposed to be started at this time. Okay, does that make sense? This means, like, if you're just starting to create something, you're like, oh, I'm going to launch that now. I just thought about it yesterday. well, we're in retrograde. That's not really a good time to start it. But if this is something like your hopes and dreams and you've been really working on it for the last 2 years, and then something comes through where you start it, that's what you want to do. Then you want to start it. Okay? Makes sense? So we're in shadow of Mercury. Mercury's going to go retrograde. I want to remind everybody, get all your contracts signed, get things done. And for you guys, I think Mercury's going to be in your second house or third house when it goes retrograde. Second house or third house. So the second house is your finances, is your value. The third house is communication. So electronics, technology, any of that can go awry. So just be aware of that. All right, and then in a little bit, I'll do the spread for, or ask the question for the eclipses. Okay. All right. So in your first position, this is you. This is you now. You have the world. So a lot of you, many of you, all of you actually, is what I'm seeing. So the world is about the cycle of life, right? We have our ups and our downs. We go through phases. We have things that we grow into. We have things that we're letting go of. We have, like, if you've been in a time of isolation, you're moving into the next phase where you're ready to come out. If you've been at a time where you're starting something, you would begin it, then you're moving into that really solidifying it. If you've been really out there in the world and really accomplishing things and really moving forward and really taking a lot of action, this may be time for you to get into that isolation, to get into that creation mode, right? So your life is changing. That's what this card is saying. Now, what's crossing you is Spirit's advice, and I apologize about the light. So I have a new place, so the light is going to be off until I get it right. So I apologize for that. So you have the Page of Cups. So this is Spirit's advice. Spirit's advice is the Page of Cups, which is news. The page always comes with news. Now, the Page of Cups is a little brat sometimes because he brings the news when he wants to. So this may be news that you were waiting to hear. This may be news that you were wanting to hear. But this is news that's going to launch you into this. Now, we do have these eclipses going on. Now, remember what I said. If you watch my astrology video, I talked about the partial eclipse, the difference between the partial eclipse and then the full partial solar eclipse and then the full solar eclipse, right? So the partial eclipse, I told you were going to be hearing news. This is that news that we're talking about. This is that news that's going to be emotionally fulfilling for you. This is something that your heart has been desiring and waiting for. And it's like, I feel like when you get this news, you can breathe. You're like, oh, finally, like it's happening. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this, right? So, this is news that's gonna help launch you. This is the cup. You see the cup has empty? So it's up to you to fill it. It's up to you. What are you gonna do with that news when it comes? What are you gonna do to take the next step to make that solid? To make it go from just the emotional to being something solid and comforting and stable in your life, right? And so for some of you, this is news about a loved one. For others of you, this is news about that thing that you're wanting. For others of you, this is news about a job. For others of you, this is news about your family. Like, this is news that you're sort of been working on, working through, waiting for. That's what I'm feeling, right? Now, what put you in this position is the recent past. This is the Queen of Wands. So this is a beautiful queen. I love this queen. This queen's got a lot of action. This queen's got a lot of passion. This queen does not fail at anything she does. The issue is she's just got to want to do it, right? And so for some of you, this is someone that you had been dealing with. For some of you, that dealing was, okay, I'm done with this relationship. This is not going to change, and I'm ready to move forward. So there was maybe a separation for some of you. For others of you, this is somebody that came and helped you. Like, this was a place where you were really down, where you were second guessing yourself. I feel like I don't want to make the same mistakes I did before. I want to make sure and do this right. I know I have this habit of doing this. And this person came and showed you to have passion for yourself again. This person came and showed you to smile and to laugh and to how you can really get things done for yourself. See, this queen, she works for herself, right? Like, she doesn't have a problem putting herself first. Where you as a Cancer will tend to when you really, really love somebody and they're in that shell, you put them first instead of you first, right? And this queen was showing you how to put you first. That's for some of you. For others of you, it was about that separation. It was about moving forward into the next stage, either with this person or without this person, right? Whatever it was, you moved forward into the next stage. That's where this world comes in, okay? So that's what put you here, all right? Now, in your fourth position, this is the first 2 weeks, so the last 2 weeks of July. So in this last 2 weeks of July, you'll be having a decision that you're having to make. You'll be going through a decision you're having to make. This is the Judgment card. So this is about you making the decision for you. This is about you taking a stand, and instead of thinking about those things, like, I got to think about it. Do I really want to do this? Do I da 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 da? Like, you've done that for a while for some of you. Others of you, you were really quick to make the decision, and that's good. It's time for the next decision. But for some of you, there's this one thing that you're really needing to decide about. And I know this is the thing, because you're so empathic, you have the feeling that if you make this decision, it's going to cause chaos in your life, right? And you're sort of a little bit fearful of that. Sorry, I'll try to put it this way. And so you're a little bit fearful of that. And so what I'm feeling is what's on the other side of this decision is liberation. What's on the other side of this decision is that you're going to feel better. So I don't think it's going to go the way that you think it's going to go. You just have a feeling, right? And your judgment in the past sometimes has been clouded because your emotions get involved with the empathic emotions, right? And it gets all confusing. So whatever this is, you'll be dealing with this for the next 2 weeks. Some of you, that is a loved one that you're ready to take to the next level. For others of you, I feel like for some of you, you may be dating somebody and you see some old habits of yours coming up, and you're like, okay, now's the time to tell her, or now's the time to tell him that this is what I will accept and what I won't accept, and I just gotta have the courage to do it, right? And so that's what I'm feeling like with some of you, is like, you just have to make that decision, because what you think it's gonna do, I don't think it's gonna do. Like, it's going to come out better than you think it's going to come out, right? And so for others of you, if you're dealing with your finances, there is a decision that you're having to make to help you move forward. Like, some of you may have to do something that you really didn't want to do because it's going to take you away from what you really want to do. But what you don't understand is that one thing is going to get you to what you really want to do, right? You just have to make a decision about it. You have to take some action, okay? But I say that with this. In your fifth position, this is your higher self. And remember, I asked your higher self, what is the one message they want to bring through to help you move forward in your life? So you have the Hermit. So they are saying, beautiful one, you do not have to move at all until you are absolutely sure and ready. It is you that came here to make your decisions, that came here to build your life. And we will help you. We're connected to you. We love you. We can see what you can't see. So all you have to do is connect and wait for the answer, and you will get an epiphany. So they're telling me that there's an epiphany coming. There's a clarity coming. You just have to connect. I don't know if you've been too afraid to connect because it's too emotional. I don't know what you're staying away from the connection for. Like, we're always connected. We'll always be connected. But your conscious, your focus isn't connected. So therefore, you're kind of confused. Some of you, not everybody, but some of you are kind of confused about the decision that you need to make. This has to do with this and this, okay? And this. It's got to do with all of it. So they're saying the thing that you are confused about, the thing that you aren't so secure about making, we can help you. You just have to connect. And you don't have to make a move until you're absolutely sure, okay? And you will be clear because you have a message that they're trying to bring to you, okay? Now, in your sixth position, this is the first 2 weeks of August, you have the Two of Cups. So for some of you, I feel like this is a job. I feel like this is a career. I feel like this is the position. I feel like this is the thing that you're wanting, okay? the Two of Cups is about understanding physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Just really bonding with someone or some situation. So for others of you, this is about a partner coming together. You'll be spending time together, really filling those cups up, really understanding, really getting to the next phase. For others of you, this is about that career, that job. Um, that connection with your child. So for some of you, it's the connection with your family. So you'll be dealing with that for the first 2 weeks of August. You do have some surprises coming um, because of these eclipses, but you'll be dealing with this, okay? Now, in your 7th position is your fear. So your fear is the 7 of coins. Isn't that interesting? So the 7 of coins, to me, what I'm seeing is that you have all these things that you have worked for. And you have all these things and these people and these situations around you. And you're looking at the wrong thing. Like you're ignoring what you really need to be looking at. Okay? And so your fear is, will I ever find it? Will I ever find him? Will I ever find her? Will I ever find peace? Will I ever find happiness? Will I ever find some calmness? Will I ever find some relief? That's what I'm feeling, right? You're like, I've worked so hard and I've done so many things but my fear is that will I ever feel full? Yeah, feel full, feel satisfied. And it's not like in a greedy way. It's just like I keep working and it's the next thing. And then I work and then it's the next thing. And then I work and then it's the next thing. And you're like, when is it ever going to end? And when is it going to come to some peace and some quiet and some luxury and some abundance? And please watch my astrology video because I explain that. So this is just a fear. Remember, a fear is there to remind you of what you want and what you don't want. You know you don't want to constantly be in chaos and constantly be searching for the next thing and constantly be working. You know what you do want. You want some peace and you want some happiness and you want some love and you want some stability and you want some comfort, right? And so call that into you. You're looking in the wrong direction. You're thinking about how you have been doing these things, but you're not thinking about how you can change that. Like you can change that immediately. You're not thinking about how, so you're focusing on the wrong thing. You're focusing on what hasn't happened or how it hasn't come or how you have to work so hard instead of focusing on this is how I'm feeling. This is how I want to feel. I want to feel peace. I want to feel happiness. I want to. And then bring that in and say, I do feel. I can feel. I am. You are the I am, right? Okay, so in your 8th position, remember, it's just a fear. It's just there to have something to bounce off of. You know you don't want it, so go over here and focus on this. Now, in your 8th position, this is the way a loved one will be viewing you or dealing with you, or some of you, this is the universe. You have the Knight of Coins. So definitely, a lot of you have money coming in, okay? So you have offers of money coming in. You have offers of something very stable coming in. You have offers of a relationship coming in, because this is the Knight. So if this is about a person coming into your life, this is the Knight of Coins. He is the Knight of all knights. This Knight is very grounded. He's very slow. He is exactly what you're wanting and needing. She is exactly what you're wanting and needing in your phase of life right now. If you want somebody that you just want to have an emotional relationship but not a physical one, that's who this is. If you want somebody that you want a both emotional and physical relationship, that's who he or she is. If you want somebody that really takes it slow, that really honors everything and honors your boundaries, that's who this is. That's what a Knight is. But this one is beautiful because they can stay for a while. They're here to help heal you. They're not the king or queen, so they're not here to stay, but they are here to help heal you, help you understand that you can be loved, help you understand the way that you want to be loved. But for others of you, if this is about a job, you do get that offer, and it is very grounding and it grows. If it's about money, you do get that money, and it can grow. It's kind of up to you what you do with it, but it can grow. Okay? So congratulations. Now, in your ninth position, this is your hopes and dreams. And again, to me, the ninth position is about the energy that you're bringing in from your outer realm, right? So you have the Ten of Cups. Look at this card is very, very beautiful. So let me see if I can bring it here. Hold on a second. There we go. So this Ten of Cups is about celebration. It's about feeling comfort. It's about feeling cozy. Look at the cat. Look at those two. They're just cozy in front of the fire. They've had their glasses of wine. They're feeling really good. They're enjoying the moment. That is what's coming for you. That is the outer realm of the energy you're bringing in. That is what's on your path. You just have to allow it. That's what's coming in. If this is about somebody, you're getting to that stage where you're really emotionally connected, where you're really bonded, where you're really comfortable with each other. That's what's coming in for you. So, congratulations. Now, in your 10th position, again, this is the overall outcome of what you'll be working through in the month of July and August. So, the end of July and into August. So you have new beginnings here, you have new beginnings here, you have new beginnings here, you have new beginnings here.